Hello, everyone, and welcome. Lewis here with The Hit Life, where we bring you news, interviews, and more from all your favorite Southeast regional MMA promotions. Today, we're joined by Anthony, the Daywalker, Guarascio, and Alex Eats with Two Hands Cook. These men are fighting in a heavyweight boxing bout for the main event for the inaugural striking-only event, CQ Boxing 1, being presented by Vigilant MMA at the Dallas Bowl in Tampa, Florida, on Saturday, March 18th. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to The Hit Life.
What's going on, man?
Appreciate you for having me here.
Hey, Anthony, first with you. On record, you have the better accolades, titles from multiple promotions, more sanctioned experience, but this is your first boxing bout. How do you feel about your matchup against Alex Cook?
This is actually my first sanctioned boxing bout. I was boxing when I was younger, in Michigan. I used to go to Croc Boxing in Detroit off Warren. I trained over there with Emmanuel Stewart when I was a younger kid, from about 10 to 17. I took some fights out there, but they weren't sanctioned at that age. And then when the MMA thing got a little bit bigger, transitioned into that, I actually didn't do very swell. So I tried to, with getting taken down and submitted and stuff like that, I really didn't do well on the ground, transitioning from just strictly stand-up that I was used to. So I'm actually kind of excited that I don't have to worry about fucking getting wrestling and kicked at. That is, I hate getting kicked. I really hate it. So being able to punch and throw and move and bob and weave it's nice, man. It's a good transition back to something I really enjoy doing.
Yeah, and Alex, he's a boxing specialist. Never trained for grappling, never had to worry about a kick, never had to worry about a takedown. Right. So, Alex, you got a real opponent now in the Daywalker. He's not going to back out. Have you watched any of his previous fights?
I'm not going to watch any of his previous fights. It's all about the basics with me. I mean, there's nothing that I can go and watch and that I'm really going to learn. All I got to do is just focus on what I come to do. He's been doing it for a while. You see, 10 years old. So, he already reached his plateau. So, I mean, all I have to do is continue to grow. I just started walking in this sport.
Have you heard anything about his skill, or have your coaches been watching his tape? Alex?
I think it's frozen.
All right. While he gets connected, Anthony, what adjustments have you made in your training to prepare for Alex Cook?
Like I said, I just have dropped the MMA training, went right back to boxing. I do the same. The training that I do, I train every day. I really don't take time off camps. Last year, I fought month to month to month, 6 months in a row. I went 6-0 for 6 months in a row. In those fights, I only have one kick, one body kick KO, and one takedown. And when I took him down, he wasn't there anyway. So really just transitioning into boxing, man, but it's really nothing that I'm like too worried. I mean, I'm not even worried a little bit at all. Not that I'm taking anything away from him being a competitive athlete himself, but not at this level that I'm at the moment. Maybe a couple of years ago, maybe it would have went a little further than it's going to go, but I don't see it doing that. I don't know where he was informed that I'm not good at boxing, because I actually prefer boxing, so I'm actually quite excited.
You cornered Robert Reynolds when Alex Cook defeated him at the last Combat Quest event.
I did, and I thought that was funny that I cornered him after whooping his ass 2 times, because I think I was more intrigued to corner him because honestly, he had no help. He has no training. He's a country. He ain't scared of shit. You know what I'm saying? Robert Reynolds ain't scared of nothing, which I like. He never. I had the guy I was supposed to fight, Tice. I was supposed to fight DJ Tice, who's seasoned in Vigilant. He's seasoned in where he's fought. He refused to fight. So I had to fight Robert at that case. And because Robert won't back out. So it's actually good that there are people that will fill in because he took it on 2 days' notice, you know. And when he trained for Alex, he only trained for 2 weeks. I told him, I was like, bro, this guy might be a little too much for you. You only had 2 weeks, and he's a taller man. You know, he didn't do well in his last boxing fight, so I didn't expect him to do well. You know, so I thought, hey, you know, I'll bring me and my coach Keon. Hopefully he learned something, but you just can't get a guy's cardio right for that. Like you need a month at least to get your cardio right. His cardio ain't right.
Yeah.
So
Alex, are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alex, do you feel that Anthony will be the toughest opponent that you faced?
I can't say that until I get in there. On paper, yes. And then being that he's been boxing since he was 10, you know, apparently he should be my toughest opponent. He said I heard him say when we did our first face off that he was going pro after this fight. So if he go pro after we fight, then I'm going pro. Cause ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way. I wish all the best on his career. But if I beat him, I'm going pro. That's all I got to say.
Alex, where do you think you have the advantage over Anthony?
The advantage that I have, my youth. I haven't been beaten and battered on. My body is healthy. Not saying he don't have a healthy body, but I haven't been taking any damage. And I'm young in the sport. I haven't plateaued yet. He can't get much better. He works hard. Now he's a hard worker, but I'm talented. This is a gift that I just found a year ago. He been focused on this. That's the advantage that I got. The advantage that I have is I'm new to the sport, and he old in the sport. That's the advantage that I got.
What about you, Anthony? Where do you feel like you have the advantage over Alex?
And I hit harder than him.
I for a fact, I almost, that's funny he said that, because I almost, when he came to my work last weekend, I almost paid for the boxing machine so we could both see who hit hard enough. My whole crew is like, bro, go hit that boxing machine. Y'all two need to hit that thing, test it out. Man, I you know, I'm strong, fast. I've been working, man. I've been working out. I've been doing proper boxing, working out. A lot of guys don't go back to, they train boxing for MMA. They train this for you have to train. If you're gonna play tennis, you're not gonna go train with LeBron James. It's because he's LeBron James. It don't fucking mean nothing. So you have to train for the sport. I was with Antonio Tarver last night over at Calta's with him and Junior. I was running some drills with them. They were showing me some certain things that I needed to fix, just tighten up, and really that's about it, man. I broke my hands my last fight, so I had to wait for a long time. So I had to wait for a while in order to get my hands back to being able to punch again. So they're finally back, and I just feel like I'm just more excited to do a boxing fight, man. I haven't done one in a while. I haven't been able to. It's hard to get people to actually take a fight when it's kickboxing or boxing, because a lot of those guys stay in those. They stay in those amateur leagues because they're sissies. You know what I'm saying? Half the kickboxers are sissies. Half the guys that do the boxing, they're not even real boxers. And you know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing a Golden Glove or a Waco or something like that, they're just not a real heavyweight boxer. Face to face, I've sparred with serious heavyweight boxers, and I would have some serious work to do in a serious boxing sport. Well, when I go pro, I don't expect to go pro in boxing at all. That's not what I want to do. I like the mixed martial arts because that's just where I'm strongest right now. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem doing just stand up, but I don't I don't know many boxers. I don't like the boxing career. I think fights are too far apart. You know, boxers only have a couple fights a year. You know, like I was talking to Keith Thurman the other day, like may or may not fight Spence Jr. He's been supposed to fight him for 2 years now. You know, he fought Barrios, he's been sitting on his fucking couch on the beach.
Yeah.
So it's a different activity, you know. As far as getting my durability, I took a long time off. I took a long time off because I was getting my ass whooped. When I was like 17, 18, I just kept losing. I kept getting taken down and they stopped the fight. Take down, TKO, they stopped the fight, you know, because it just, you got to protect yourself. So they stopped the fight, stopped the fight, stopped the fight. So I gave it up and gained some weight, gained some muscle, and went back to fighting. And that ended up working for me because I really didn't have the strength. I think you need to be a pretty frustrated person, honestly, to have to fight. You have to have some type of aggression. If you don't, you're too nice, you get thrown out of it. I got a buddy, Big Mike, that just don't have that dog in him. He's a great guy. But he's too nice. He's too nice. You can slap him, bro. He'll giggle like the fucking doughboy. He's just too nice of a guy. And you can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be good, man. It will be exciting for people to watch. He likes to throw. I like to throw. He's been talking on Instagram. I've been talking. We've been doing what we properly need to do to build an event. So there's no reason it shouldn't be a great fight. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you watched him fight. You cornered his opponent. What do you think?
I only watched the one fight. I don't even think that was a proper fight to watch because you really can't watch anybody fight Robert Reynolds. He's just a brawler. It's not like he got in there with fucking Tyson Fury and they did proper footwork, proper bob and weaves, its exchanges they look different when you're with somebody that knows what they're doing. The exchanges look different. When you fight someone more experienced, an experienced guy's mistakes are a lot more lethal than that guy that's wildly swinging. That guy that don't know shit is more likely to knock you on your ass because you're not going to see where it's coming from. A guy that makes a technical mistake is going to throw that 1-2, go to throw that 3, and you're going to see it. You know what I'm saying? And duck hit him with some good shit. So, I honestly, I just like that they matched me and Alex up because, like I said, I know he'll go. He's gonna come. He's gonna fight, and whatever the outcome he has, he's gonna go on to the next one, and I'm gonna go on to the next one. He's either gonna go pro, and I'm gonna go. You know, I got one more after this. I got one more MMA fight after this, before going pro. But yeah.
In that fight you saw, what do you think he did well?
I don't think I even got to see him. I don't think he even got to stay in there long enough. Because I know that there was headgear malfunctions. Fucking headgear kept falling off. Robert kept kicking it all over the fucking canvas. So he's got that beard. You know, he had this beard all smashed up, and they gave him some weird ass headgear. And like I said, his cardio isn't there. So nobody was really expecting him to go past one round anyway, because the cardio is not there. So yeah, I really can't say, you know, because even Alex is very new in his boxing career. He's got a lot himself that over the months he's going to tighten up himself. He's not even going to look like he looks now. So even after we fight, win or lose, he's not going to look the way he did that night. And his next fight, he's going to look totally different because he's going to switch. You switch up how you fight every time. Right. You know, your first couple fights, you kind of fight on the how do I say it? Kind of like prey, like you're being hunted. You're fighting on the back step. You know what I'm saying? It's not your nerves are going, your adrenaline's going, everything's going. So, you know, Floyd said, Floyd, I remember talking to Floyd on the phone. Composure is everything. Even if you're in there getting your ass whooped, if you can stay and breathe, stand composed in the pocket and fucking keep your hands up, you'll hold your own. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Yeah. For as long as you can. If your body's right and your durability's right, you got to be able to get hit. You know? So,
Alex, how do you see this match playing out?
I feel like he's gonna be the more aggressive one. You know, I'm 1-0. You said he's a title holder somewhere else. So He can't play with me. He cannot play with me. If I'm making him bad, that's gonna be bad for him in future endeavors. So I'm basically a rookie, a freshman in this sport, fighting a seasoned vet. So he's not gonna play with me, and I'm not gonna play with him. And it's just gonna go just like that. We're gonna see who can stand in the end.
Do you respect Anthony?
I do respect him. You know, he a man. He bleeds just like I bleed. It's nothing but respect. But when it comes to, you know, this sport right here of boxing, you know, he been doing it too long to even for me to have an opportunity to fight him. I feel like I'm not even if he's as good as he say he is, I'm not supposed to be fighting him. But since I am, I have to show what I can do now. I feel like this is my stepping stone. This I'm looking at it. It's my stepping stone. Because it sounds like, you know, he got a nice little career ahead and behind him. And, you know, I to use that. I want all that energy right now.
Anthony, do you have any predictions for the bout in 2 weeks?
You know, I've lost enough, bro, so the lose is not the loss isn't happening. We are gonna fight for real, you know. Obviously, we're gonna fight. He's not gonna draw away, and I'm not gonna do that either. But fighting's a weird thing, man. Fighting, I like to think of fighting a lot like rapping. A lot of rappers that are quality, good artists and stuff like that, still to this day, they never get their shot to properly, you know, go to the big time where they need to be. I think that this reign, being 6-0 right now, and then, you know, I wouldn't even say that this fight would put me any higher, you know, because like he said, I really took the fight. Brandon insisted I take the fight because nobody will box with Alex. All they can find is bumps. That the Africa guy, I literally saw him 2 days ago hitting the bag. I walked up to him, I was like, dude, what happened? Like, how are you even in the gym? How are you even in the gym still? And he made up some big fucking excuse like they always do. So I really took the fight because I know he wants to fight. And I need to fight. I can't sit on the couch any longer. I'm gonna hit somebody at my job, bro. It's getting agitating. We both need to fight. We both need to get in there. A win, lose, or draw, we both need to get in there. And for our career to go further, we both need to fight. So it's a need. It's not really a want. It's a need. He's got to fight. I got to fight. He's gonna go on and fight again. He could still go pro whether he lose. He could, because they're gonna be like, oh, it don't matter. He's been stepped in there with a real fighter. You can't even take his resume out before this fight, and they can't even look at it. They literally have to take him from his last fight and this fight and go forward from there. Which even if it doesn't go the way he wants to, he still is gonna get in there and fight a real fight. He ain't gonna get in there, pussy out, and then, you know.
Fight will give me some experience
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And my next opponent is taller than you, so it'll give me the tall. I need to start fighting taller people. I fought real short guys, and the heavyweights, they're all tall. MMA, they're all tall. Francis Ngannou's 6'4". They're big guys. They're not small. And so this is probably going to be the most fun fight y'all had. Y'all needed this fight. Needed. The last couple fights, they've been good, but there's no sparks. You know what I'm saying? The shit's needed. And it's needed for the heavyweight division too, man. The heavyweight division is starting to die out. Man.
Yeah. I'm looking forward for this one so much.
For sure.
Alex, is there any last things you'd like to say to Anthony before you guys face off in a couple of weeks?
I just, want to say, keep working hard. I want you to be at your best when we get ready to fight. I'm not going to be at 100% because I'm still new and still learning.
For sure.
I feel like my 75% is better than his. So I'm giving it my all, and I just want him to give it his all, and we're going to let them sparks fly. I eat with 2 hands.
Anthony, any last things for Alex?
Man, I don't know. We did. I don't know if you read the comments. We went at it yesterday. It's hard to even talk to each other now. We said so much to each other yesterday. Man, it's hard. It's hard to run your mouth when you have a good attitude, bro. I got a good attitude and I like to run my mouth. He literally does the same. He likes to do it too. So I know he's gonna come, which makes me excited. We both get to fucking blast out and have a beer and smoke a fucking blunt when we're done. It is what it is, man. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm super excited, and I'm super excited that you got me and him on here because this is gonna do good for my career and his career to actually have a real interview somewhere, And you're a good guy. You got a good following, and I've always wanted to be on the Hit Life, so I'm excited, man. Just to put on a show for you guys.
Thank you, Anthony. It's my pleasure. Make sure you guys follow Anthony, the Daywalker. Make sure you guys follow Alex Eats with Two Hands Cook. And also follow Vigilant MMA. It's the Vigilant MMA's inaugural CQ boxing #1 taking place at the Dallas Bull in Tampa, Florida. It's Saturday, March 18th, just a couple weeks from now. You can go to vigilantmma.co and get your tickets and watch these guys go at it. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
See you, man.
Hello.
If you enjoyed this interview, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get more.